Today, I was with some peers who come from a higher socioeconomic status, and the US elections came up. And so I said, did you know that in the US there used to be something called a poll tax? So the poll tax was more common in the southern states, and it was very expensive, especially if you were from a lower income background. You might have to decide between voting or groceries that week. And so it was commonly used as a means to suppress voting, especially of lower income and black voters in the South. The response to this was, oh, that's awesome. That makes sense. I mean, if you think about it, if I'm upper class and I pay more tax, I should get more say in the government. My response was obviously that, well, if you are really upper class, you likely already pay for lobbying anyways, which also shouldn't be legal, but it is. Now, caveat, the poll tax is no longer legal after 1966. It was ruled as unconstitutional, rightfully so. Regardless of if it's legal or not, because obviously that doesn't determine if something's right or wrong, like slavery used to be legal. The problem with this form of voter suppression is that, number one, it kind of goes off the idea of like a meritocracy, or people that would support it, like these peers. It goes off the idea that like a meritocracy, like, oh, I worked hard, I earned more money, therefore I get to determine where more of the tax dollars go. The problem with that part is like the quantile that you are born into, socioeconomic status-wise, you will likely stay for the rest of your life. As I made in a video that may or may not be posted by the time I post this, but as I made in another video, there's something called the Opportunity Atlas, where you can accurately predict the tax bracket that someone will be in based on the socioeconomic status that they're born into, their zip code. Based on the zip code they're from, you can accurately predict the amount of income they will make as an adult, right? Which is obviously something completely outside of our control. And number two, I feel like the most obvious reason as to why this should be illegal is those in the society that are vulnerable, minorities, marginalized people, will continue to get exploited and get exploited at more severe rates, right? Like it will exacerbate the exploitation that already occurs, like the prison industrial complex.